Welcome to another Connection here on TKO8 Television. I'm Dennis King. Tabitha Odegaard with us again today, and we do appreciate you being with us on Connection. We do a Connection show every week, and it's always an enjoyment to come in here to the studio and talk to a lot of different people, particularly from organizations around our viewing area. And there's so many great organizations, and we keep saying that, but there really is. A lot of people spend a lot of voluntary time to help these organizations grow and really.
They do. I'm very impressed.
We have a lot of good people.
Yeah, they're trying to make me look bad, and they're doing a really good job.
You need to get involved in those.
I know, I really do.
But we do appreciate the organizations that are around here and all the great work they do, and it takes a lot of time, and these organizations put a lot of personal time. How's everything going out your way?
Oh yeah.
The fitness business still, is it slowed down a little bit?
It has slowed down. In the summertime, it normally slows down because people want to go outside and they're busy. They're on vacation or the kids are out of school, so every weekend is occupied with lake time or river time or family time.
Just doing other
and
stuff.
throughout the week, they just go outside instead of come to the gym, which I don't blame them at all.
They kind of put it on the back burner. Which is okay.
Yeah.
Family time is important.
Yeah, it's the winter time whenever we really pick up in the gym.
Especially right after New Year's.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
The New Year's resolution.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And then they all fall off, unfortunately.
Then back
it's a shame.
again.
And then back again. It's the same thing
goes.
every single year.
People have to prioritize their things. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with two people about K-Life on Connection.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Hi, this is Jim Fitzgerald of Community First Bank, and we have a variety of home loan options that are sure to fit your financial needs. From 100% financing rural development loans to VA loans for veterans to FHA loans with low down payment options, your locally owned hometown bank has the right home loan for you. Community First Bank, where it's all about community. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our two guests in the studio for the first part of the show today from K-Life, Christine Rose, Dan Thomas. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Christine's been on our show before. She's
Yes,
been here
she has.
numerous times.
Yeah,
and
I
Dan,
remember
this
her.
is his first time to be on the show, and he's a young man in charge of K-Life over here. And we talked a little bit before we came down here. You've been here about a year?
Yes.
About a year. Well, that's fantastic. That's
Okay,
good.
just here in the neck of the woods. You're new to the area?
Pretty new. I was in Branson all last year, and so climate change, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
A little bit hillier, but it's not too
about
bad.
the same.
You're
yeah.
liking it. Good deal.
Yeah.
You're here to talk about K-Life, so go ahead and tell me what K-Life is all about.
K-Life is, in essence, is a non-denominational youth ministry that reaches out to come alongside churches and come alongside parents in raising kids.
That's great. That's great. K-Life, you've got your own, they call it the K-Life barn.
Yes.
Is that correct? So you've got your own barn.
We
do.
So guys hang out in the barn all the time over there. But
we had that barn swing, the infamous barn swing.
That's
so
true. You
gotta
do have.
remember
I
that.
remember
right.
that.
Everybody knows about the barn
Had that
swing.
from the beginning. So what's your primary, Dan? What are you really trying to do with? Well, first of all, you're starting what, fifth grade?
We start
All
at
the way
fifth
up?
grade and we go all the way till 12th grade, and then even beyond that, we have college leaders, either local or some from Branson, even young adults that'll help out in the ministry, and we invest into all of those ages too.
What's your strategy?
All right, I guess you can say what we do, kind of like I said, of what K-Life is. We come alongside churches and parents with an emphasis on discipleship, on investing in the kids, teaching them the gospel, then equipping them to study it themselves, and then to go therefore and teach others of the gospel.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, and it's non-denominational, which is a good thing, because they're not talking about any particular denomination, or they're not preaching anything about any one church and their direction you're going in. So anyone can come. You know, if you don't have a church, it doesn't matter. I mean, you still want the kids to come and get involved. Is teamwork a big deal? Do you do a lot of team stuff?
As in, like, just the overall, definitely. I mean, working together for the same mission and one mindset is huge. Otherwise, we just wouldn't be able to operate well at all.
What days and times is it?
We do our Super K, so the 5th and 6th grade, on Mondays. From 4 to 5:15, we do that twice a month. So the 2nd Monday and the 4th Monday. We only have one more of those this year, and then we'll start back up next year with it. And then our junior high goes from 6 to 7:15, and then our high school goes from 7:45 to 9.
Okay, so you take the
all on Monday.
Younger, all on Mondays. And now, so other than Mondays during the week, are you utilizing the facility for other things? Are you doing other things there?
We'll have kids come and hang out after school a lot. We rent the barn, and so if you want to rent the barn, we'd love to rent it out to you. We have other K-Lifes that'll come in and use the barn. We use the barn for small groups. Those are throughout the week, but we also do small groups on Monday too. Just split up into grades, split up into gender, and go a little bit deeper into the talk, or just something that really applies to where they are in life.
So could you go through, kind of take me through what the kids would go through, maybe like the junior high kids when they would come to you, what goes on?
Okay, so a typical club night, they come, hang out, because we have so many things that are just really fun to do. We don't just rob them of that free time. Instead of just barn swing, basketball, hanging out with friends, and then we'll go upstairs, or we'll stay downstairs and play boys versus girls game. So a little competition there. On both junior high and high school, the scores are pretty even, which has worked out really well throughout the year. And then we'll have a time of worship, just praise and worship, have a talk, like 10 or 15 minutes, just walking through scripture, something that's practical. And then we'll end, do a little bit of announcements, and they'll either go to small group, or small group will be some other time of the week.
Very good. Do you have other people helping you, other adults or volunteers? I mean, it's kind of hard for you to handle them all.
Absolutely. One of our models is for me to organize, but not to be the only one there. I mean, obviously, I can't invest into hundreds of kids, so we want as many leaders and volunteers to be able to come in and do that. So we have college leaders from North Ark or somewhere else that will come in, lead small groups, invest in the kids' lives, and then we also have a great opportunity to have interns from the Conneciton Institute in Branson. They'll drive down, and they're phenomenal. They're basically in a pre-seminary program, and so their understanding of the scripture is fantastic, and is a great opportunity for kids to learn and ask great questions.
Yeah, it's a great program.
How many leaders do you roughly have?
Right now we have about 16 volunteers this year that have just helped here and there, and then we have our board and a lot of adults that'll help. And so we're looking at just growing that number. Anyone that's willing. Obviously, the more volunteers we have, the more kids we can reach to, and the more intentional we can be with that.
It sounds
We're
fantastic.
Going to get to Christine in just a moment. I have one more question for you, Dan. You mentioned that your classes, you're going one more week. So do you meet during the summer months, or do you take the summer kind of off since school's out?
Great question. We won't meet during the summer months. Some K-Lifes do summer programs. For myself, I work at Conneciton in the summer. So kind of the umbrella ministry that K-Life started under, and some of our kids will go to K-Life camps or Conneciton camps, but a lot of them may not. But that's where I spend my summers. Then I'll come back in August. We'll kick club back off and kind of go seasonal with the school.
Okay, so May, June, July, basically, you take that period of time and you go do the Conneciton and do the other camps, and they can still go to those camps. Obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a great. Kind of gives them a little breather, and a lot of people take vacations, obviously, and it's kind of hard to get them together during that time. That's great. Okay, now let's talk. Let's put Christine on the. She's in here talking. You're on the board.
Yes.
Let's tell me a little bit about the board of directors.
Okay. Well, my husband Alan and I are both on the board. We're new this year.
Okay.
Not new to the K-Life family. I'm actually one of the original K-Life students from way back when we were at the old Sportsmore building, and Taz and Theanna Ellett and Mike Neighbors and Joe White and all of them started that back then. And so we won't get into when that was. Then we get into ages.
Right,
It was a few years ago.
You've been participating
I've
for
been
a long
doing this
time.
a long time.
Yes.
And I was very blessed because I was raised in K-Life my whole life because my parents even were K-Life board members years ago for like 6 or 7 years. So
That's great.
I kind of came from that background, and my children both have, well, I can't say children, they're both young men, have both gone through K-Life, as well as my brother, of course. And so we have the board of at K-Life is there to just be a support to the ministry of being like just being a vessel for Christ, to be there to support the staff, to support any activity students, and of course the biggest thing is to fundraise to keep K-Life going all year round. But our biggest thing is prayer, just being a real prayer warrior
Support
for
part
them.
of it, yeah.
And then you'll find a lot of us show up on Monday nights. The board members will show up and hang out with the students and help out.
Whatever
It sounds like a really great time.
You have no clue. It is
good, clean fun.
Oh my gosh!
More kids should
you
join.
Come and just more should. I'm
Yes,
telling
absolutely.
you.
And you've got plenty of room for everybody,
phenomenal.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that building
And
looks
when
really
we
big.
built that barn years ago, my father and Dave Horsager and I know Dean Krause, all that group was part of building the barn. In fact, that old cross that's out there, it's special because my father built that cross out there.
That's
so
great.
we've kept that up there. But
Nice.
Dan has done some really creative, ingenious, wonderful things with donated materials and made us a new sign this year that's on the front of the building. And
Cool.
so there's some new exciting things coming up in the works. So
Let's get into your fundraiser before we run out of
fundraising.
time here.
You bet.
You got a fundraiser coming up? About 3 minutes.
do. We have a barn yard sale coming up, and right now we're still taking donations.
Okay.
So if you would like to, everyone has clutter. You have your
Absolutely.
garage, your business. We have businesses that have
More than
even
I know what to do
donated.
with.
We've got tillers. We've already had lawnmowers donated, mattresses, all kinds of things.
Okay.
So you're welcome all week this week to still donate. But the barn yard sale fundraiser, the first annual, is this Saturday. It's April 25th from 6 a.m. and we're kind of putting it as until the kind of runs right. Kind of either run out of stuff, or, which we hope. We hope all of it is sold because all proceeds go to K-Life. And you'll even be able to come and see the barn, and the staff will be there. I do want to make the comment that we have a women's director, Leanne, and she'll be there as well as Dan, and maybe even your beautiful wife, Rachel.
She'll probably be there.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so before we run out of time,
Yes.
you can still drop off stuff all week
Absolutely.
long. So the barn's open, people bring stuff by.
Yes.
And, of course, you don't want junk, but the stuff that will resell and give you some income in anything they want to bring.
Anything.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we've had things from all areas, and it's fantastic because this community rallies together. And let me tell you, this is a great organization. I've got your name down now since you mentioned that about needing to catch up on. I've got your name down now for coming on the K-Live to help us out. But yes, we'll take all the way up to Friday. And if you need any information or you want to call and schedule an appointment, call me, Christine Rose, at 391-9557, and I'm sure that'll be up on.
One more question, just really quick. Is there someone, like if I did drive by, wanted to drop off some stuff for for this weekend, is there going to be somebody there at all times, or is there a certain time that is open?
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, there will be someone there. Tuesday, actually tomorrow, most of the day from 1 to about 8. But on Thursday, 4 to 8. But if you'll call me, we'll schedule an appointment and we'll make sure someone's there.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. A lot of great information.
And
really enjoyed you guys.
Someone, if you're interested, a student or a parent that wants to know more about what K-Life is about, please call Dan.
It's a lot of good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much for coming in.
Thank
Dan,
you.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And looks like you're doing a great job over there. K-Life, a fantastic organization.
We're blessed to have him and Leanne.
Don't forget about the K-Life barn sale, garage sale. They're having collecting product, and they're going to have a big sale on Saturday. And you can go over there, and anything you buy would certainly help them out. But if you've got some good stuff to donate, and more importantly, drop it off there, and they'd be very appreciative. And it'll all go to a great cause. Thank you both for coming in. We appreciate it. Good luck with the sale, and good luck with K-Life as always.
Thank you both for having us.
Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk about rock bottom. Rock bottom what? Well, we'll tell you in just a moment.
Start spinning, twisting, and pumping into a healthy lifestyle 24 hours a day at the Fitness Club. With all of the best equipment and personal trainers, you're ensured a workout that's fun, effective, and motivating. At the Fitness Club, you can enhance your glow, relax your mind, and refresh your body all in one convenient location. So what are you waiting for? Start spinning, twisting, and pumping your way into a new you today. Enhance your lifestyle and reach your goals at the Fitness Club, Highway 6265 North in Harrison.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, Tabitha Odegaard, thanks for joining us on the Connection show today. For the second half of the show, we're going to talk about something a little bit different. You may not even have ever attended a thing like this, but it's been around for some time. We have Mark Stephen Fowler with us and Virginia Fowler. They are related. Virginia says she doesn't like to claim Mark most of the time.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that. They said don't talk about that.
Okay, well, we won't say it. No, I'm just kidding. I've known the Mark for a long, long time. Glad to have both of you.
Yes, thank you
in
so
our
much
studios.
for coming on. Absolutely.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Okay.
You. We're going to talk about rock bottom. So talk about rock bottom. What is that?
This is our 9th year. I mean, we started it a little over 9 years ago, and it's grown. It's the second biggest chuck wagon race in the country, the second biggest horsing event in the country, and it's getting bigger and better. Last year we had anywhere from 6,500 people to 7,200 people in a 4-day event, and we're hoping to surpass that this year.
Now, I don't want to throw this in as a plug in something else, but there's another one that's in Leslie or something.
Clinton, Arkansas.
Clinton.
Yeah, that happens to be the biggest chuck wagon
country.
race in the world.
In the world,
yeah.
Wow.
And I've been told it's the biggest horse event in the world too.
Wow, and that's been going on for
years,
long
27
time.
years. I think.
So this is a similar situation than what they have down there, maybe even more expanded than what they have down there.
More diversified. We do
Okay.
a lot of other things, but we are one of their qualifying races for their big national finals.
Okay.
They have 5 different qualifying races, and they have to go to all 5 of them, or 3 of them, I think, to enter their race. So we're one of the qualifying races.
How many participants do you normally have on that?
Well, this year we'll have 120.
Wow!
Teams, yeah. The first year we started out, we had 37 teams. And so we've really grown. Now we started out with the Arkansas Chuck Wagon Association. This year's the first time that we aren't going to be with the association. We're called what they call an outlaw race. But our race will be more like Clinton's race, where instead of racing 2 teams at a time, we'll be racing 3 and 4 teams at a time.
Oh,
so
more
it'll
excitement.
be more excitement, more.
Where do people
thrills.
come from? Just from all over?
Everywhere.
To come
We've got teams coming from Indiana and
Wow,
Texas
this is a
and
big deal.
Oklahoma and Kansas, and we draw from all over the area. We even have people come from Seattle and California. Actually, it's kind of a family reunion. All the family comes in from Kentucky and Washington and everywhere to help
and
us
where
out.
where do we do this at?
Well, it's a farm up there.
It's very.
Up in the northwest,
Right by the tree. You see the big oak tree. You
Exactly.
go that way. Okay.
It's
One of the amenities of it is it's a beautiful place, but it is hard to get to somewhat. So it's almost like between Green Forest, Arkansas, Omaha, Arkansas, and Blue Eye, Missouri.
So what might be just, let's say you were coming up 65 and going, what's the easiest way? I'm sure you have signs. Okay, so what would be the easiest way to
Is
get
it 397, 396?
396.
396,
Okay.
right there on the other side of Burlington.
Okay,
Yeah, make a
turn
left
left there.
Yeah.
And that would like take you to the location?
Yes.
396?
Yes.
Okay.
There's about 3 miles of paved road, and then it turns to dirt.
Okay.
And it's probably 5 miles of dirt going that way.
Okay.
When people pull trailers and horse trailers and their fancy RV units, we recommend they come in, if they're coming from the south, to go to Green Forest and take Highway 311 north. And then it's just like 3/4 of a mile dirt road when you turn off on County Road 824.
Okay.
What are the different activities that you're going to be having there?
Well, we start out Thursday and Friday night with the ACA rodeos. Then we have live entertainment every night.
Music?
Yes, we
Yes.
have Thursday night. Our band is the Ground Rattlers.
Ah.
They're a local band, I think pretty popular with everybody.
Mark, can you just go through the list and just tell us what bands
like
are going to
Lou
be
was
there?
saying, Thursday night's the Ground Rattlers. Friday night, Clay's Self Band, and I'm sure everybody knows Clay from Big Cedar. And then Saturday night, the Spencer Elliott Band. I believe that's a regional band. Were they
Out of Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Wow.
And then Sunday night is the Southbound Train.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a combination of local bands and then regional bands. Yeah, and it seems like every year we get somebody that's a little bigger name.
Okay.
Is there any other activities?
Oh gosh, yes. That's just starting out Thursday and Friday night. This year we have a 2-day pasture roping that's held Friday and Saturday. Starts at like 10 or 9. Registrations at 9. Racing or the pasture roping starts at 10 on both days.
Okay.
Then on Saturday and Sunday we have our chuck wagon races from 1 to 4. We have this year new on Sunday a youth ranch rodeo that will be sometime around 11 o'clock after Cowboy Church. And those will be for kids 13 through 18, somewhere in their young range of future cowboys. Saturday night is probably one of our biggest events. We've got a big invitational ranch rodeo. And we have teams come out of Oklahoma and Kansas and Arkansas, Missouri, and it's a lot of fun. And we have our infamous porta potty race.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What does that look like exactly? Sorry, I don't know what that is.
I wish you hadn't asked.
Well,
What does that look like?
you've seen the porta potties.
Yeah, I know what a porta potty is. So what,
And,
you just get
what-
in it and you
they're
pick it up?
teams, No, they're teams of 2. Somebody runs down there and gets in the porta potty. The other guy rides his horse down there, ropes it, drags it back across the line, and they get out and run over and tag the fence.
Who comes up with these things?
Well, that one came from this friend of ours that was at a ranch rodeo one time, and it was hot, and they were watching this guy rode up to a porta potty, roped it, and drug it under a tree for shade. And they
that was
just
it.
thought that was the most hilarious thing they'd ever seen, So we just kind of incorporated it one year and thought, well, this would be fun. And ever since then, people just
That's interesting.
What we do
Yeah.
for fun.
Well, you have to
It's
be-
almost a staple event. It's what gives us our identity to some extent. Yeah, we're the only people in the country to do that.
It's hilarious.
I've seen
It sounds
I'm not certain
hilarious.
if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's very funny, and everybody,
Has a good time with
It is
that.
a
Oh, yeah.
hoot. It really is.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
It would certainly make me be a little hesitant to want to get into a porta potty. out
Yes.
there.
yes.
yeah.
Man, might get pulled away with somebody on a horse with a rope. So nevertheless,
We do have
guys-
designated plain porta
I
potties for
understand.
this.
I understand. Okay, let's move on into some of the other questions. The chuck wagon race, for those out there that may not understand it, is it covered wagons, open wagons, combination of both? Is there a spec on the type of wagon you can have? How many horses pull it?
There's about, I think we're going to have 7 different divisions.
Okay.
And there's different types of wagons.
Okay.
They have a small miniature wagon, a rubber tired, that they use for the mule, 4-up mule race.
Okay.
Which they have the 4 mules. We have the miniature classic that's like the metal wheeled, big classic wagons, but they're small. And they do that with a land brush, which is a straight across race.
Okay.
We have the big classic races, the big wagons, and then we have open buckboards. And then I think there's, they have 52-inch mules and 46-inch ponies. They have
Several different classes. Okay.
different divisions.
So what
that
are
they
we
ride.
what are we winning or what are we winning? First place, second place. Do we get prizes? We get trophies?
They get cash money for second and third for both days, and then
That's
an
even
overall
better.
champion buckle that's real pretty from Gist.
Okay.
And
And you said they do accumulate points on down the road, or is that still true?
they used to for the association,
Now-
but this
now
goes
that-
to Clinton.
Oh, this
Yeah.
goes to Clinton. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have teams of 3. They have a driver, a rider, what they call the cook, and then they have the outrider. And the object is when the gun shoots, the outrider has to jump on his horse, and he has to beat the wagon across the line. But first he has to throw in a cook stove, and so there's a lot of
So
excitement before the
there's a
race
little-
even starts.
Little
So-
acting to go along.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So
And,
now,
The key word is little.
Oh my gosh.
my
And
God.
sometimes the outrider never even gets on his horse because he's so fired up that
Okay.
it's kind of interesting to watch just the starting line.
Do you guys need any sponsors?
Oh yes, we can always use sponsors.
More the
We,
merrier, right?
So
We've got Preferred that's kind of helping us out this year a little bit, and Wood Motors and Berryville Ford.
so you have some sponsors.
We
but,
do.
But you could use other
Oh
sponsors.
yes, it's a lot of events, a lot of things going on, and
Okay.
yeah.
Let me ask you, the location of this sounds like you got a lot of activities going on. Must be a pretty big area. I'm assuming it's a farm out there. So do you have seating for people to sit in for the rodeos and stuff, or
question.
do you bring your own lawn chair, or what's the deal?
For the races, we have a hillside,
Okay.
and they bring their own lawn chairs and pop-up tents and whatever they want to stay comfortable. And we've got some shade trees this year that is good, and then around the arena we have bleachers,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that where you have the
and
more
everybody
confined-
spectates on their horse. It's an event that you come and you can either bring your horses and camp with your horses, or just come camp, or just come spectate. Just,
Okay.
What are the age groups? The age of
oh,
participants.
Well, we don't really limit anything. I mean, it's a family event, so
Right.
we invite.
What do you have,
families.
4-year-olds out there?
Well, actually, when it comes to
I mean, do you have kids?
do we still have events for the kids?
well, we have mutton busting,
Yeah,
at the rodeos,
yeah.
and then.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else we've got so much stuff going on
we,
that
we have in the past. I'm not certain this year because of the schedule, but we've had events for kids in the arena in downtimes
Yeah,
when the
more
rodeo's not on.
confined. Yeah, sure, okay.
Just to keep them busy.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Well, I think what else? Is anything else? We've location. What goes on?
we've also got cowboy mounted shooting.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
What is it?
cowboy mounted shooters, but we also have our youth rough stock rides. That I don't know if you've ever seen miniature bull riders.
No.
These are 8-year-old boys that ride these miniature bulls
Uh-huh.
that buck just like the big bulls. We had it there last year. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, it sounds like you got something for everyone.
Oh,
And it is
yeah.
a family event. Obviously,
yes.
you can come out there.
Yes.
And do you pay to get in like as a family, or is there so much a
It's
person?
$25 a day for adults, $10 for kids.
Okay.
You can come for the whole weekend, or you can come just a day. And then after 4 o'clock, we have an evening ticket that's $10.
Okay. And that's actually, is that Memorial Day weekend?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. May 21st through the 24th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Sounds like a great place to go if
Yes,
you want
it
to
does.
do
A
anything
lot of
from
excitement.
getting in the outhouse and get pulled away by a horse, or if you want to watch a chuck wagon race, or if you just want to go and hang out and do nothing.
Watch everybody else be
And
crazy.
watch everybody else. I'm about to sound like some crazy stuff. Well, we do appreciate you both
Thank you
coming in
so
and
much.
talking to us today.
Well, thank
Virginia
you.
Fowler and Mark Stephen Fowler, thank you so much. And sounds like a great place to go to spend a little time over the Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully the weather cooperates. I'm sure that's probably always a key thing. And
We have a mile of creek frontage down through there,
Oh, do you?
so
Pretty
we
place
just
to
hope
go.
the creek doesn't get too big.
creek
that's all.
Lord willing, the creek doesn't rise.
That's
You'll have
exactly
an event.
right.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good
Thank
luck with
you.
this year's event.
Thank you.
Don't forget about it. Memorial Day weekend. If you don't have anything else to do, or you just want to do something a little different, rock bottom. We're not talking about hitting rock bottom. We're talking about rock bottom races, and they have all kinds of things going on. And you can get on the website. They have a very active website and look it up as well. Thanks for being with me on the
Hey,
show
no
today.
problem.
Good
I think
luck.
it's 3 times in a row.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for joining us on Connection this week.